Don't eat my hair, whatever you do. Hi, I'm Melanie, and you're watching Yarn Journeys. And this morning I am on a literal journey. I am on my way to the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. Hi, Editing Melanie here. I just wanted to pop in and say that I acknowledge this video is a bit late to the party. Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival actually ended about, well, a month ago. As it turns out, I hopped on a plane within 48 hours of the end of the festival, and I had hoped to get this video out either before I left or at least edit it while I was traveling, but that ended up not happening. But I so love Maryland Sheep and Wool. I wanted to make sure that I got this recap out. So I do hope that you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. I left my house at around 7:10. It is now 7:45. The gates open at 8:30. I am hoping to get there early, get a good parking space. It is going to be a rainy day. So I am wearing waterproof shoes and my raincoat. So hoping that the crowds will be a little thinner than they typically are on a Saturday. So we shall see. Okay, so we should arrive at the fairgrounds in about another half hour. The big excitement for this morning is that I am taking Deb Robson's class, which is a walk around the sheep pens. Now, as far as what I hope to purchase, well, my goal is to really buy not that much. I just did a big go through my yarn collection, and I really have plenty of yarn, so I'm really hoping not to buy too much. Today is more about the seeing, the walking around, enjoying the atmosphere of the festival, seeing all the vendors, and not so much buying. We'll see how we do on that front. All right, we're about a minute away. Traffic is not bad at all. In fact, there's not even any lines. Turning you around here. So it is definitely wet and rainy. And I am used to seeing a big line coming into the fairgrounds here. But I guess the rain and the fact that it is Sunday has made a big difference. The key is not to park in a ditch or be any place where there's going to be a lot of mud. I'm gonna go next to this truck here, just park on through. Kind of on a bit of a rise. So there we are. No big crowds, little bit rainy, and yeah, heading towards the gates. First vendor I came to were the adorable owners of Dancing Leaf Farm, who were cuddling against the cold rain. This husband and wife duo design matching shawls and hand-painted guitars. And I also got to see local knitting celebrity Sam the Sweater Man. Everybody was doing their best to manage the weather. The Green Mountain Spinnery ladies were greeting guests with big smiles. I got to take a good look at their booth before the crowds came in. Out of the corner of my eye, some beautiful mountain mohair yarn beckoned to me. Bat and Kale Fibers was there, and Mary Jean Packer and I had a great conversation about travel and yarn. The highlight of my morning, however, was Deb Robson's walk around the sheep pens at Maryland Sheep and Wool. It was great to hear Deb's wisdom about the various sheep breeds, what made them distinctive, and what their best uses were.
And she breeds for recessive colors. It's not common. Several places on the face that are white. I'm seeing some white on the leg. I'm guessing it's white under the tail and on the belly.
Oftentimes, Deb had the breeders themselves tell us all about their sheep.
So she's shedding, and she's shedding very slowly this year. The Sarcoma is Washington, where we have a flock right now.
And the finale was this year's festival's focus sheep, the Valet Blacknose. Just got through my tour of the sheep barn with Deb Robson, the author of the Fleece and Fiber Sourcebook. It has stopped raining, so I think I'm going to go explore the barns and check out all the wonderful vendors. It is an awesome day here at the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. And as the weather got better, the crowds began to roll in. Just entered the main barn. You can see that it is packed full of shoppers, and there's a lot to see in here, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Within the main hall, there is such an extravaganza of beautiful yarn and samples. There's Miss Babs, which is always a big hit. I always find loop fibers, bullseye bumps so tempting. Subito Farm had these beautiful embroidery kits that made me want to take up this fiber art next. The festival is also a great place to shop for a new spinning wheel. These are at Susan's Fiber. But if e-spinners are more your thing, well, Daedalus had their whole flock of wheels on display. Heidi from Simple Hill Farm was in the main barn this year, and I so love their beautiful non-superwash, naturally dyed merino. This gorgeous Corriedale from Upland Fiberworks was beautiful. And Holland Hoof Farms had an amazing collection of buttons. Well, I just stopped by Hip Strings, got to say hi to Jill Duarte, and purchased another Chinook spindle. So she has the best stuff. I took 2 classes from Jill Duarte earlier in the week, one on blending and fiber prep for color, and another on spinning with a support spindle.
Different breeds based on like the surface texture and the crimp, how you perceive color changes.
As always, local musical artists provide some welcome entertainment. And I loved seeing folks enjoying themselves at the festival. A huge draw at Maryland Sheep and Wool is, of course, the Fleece Barn. And even though there were still some gorgeous fleeces left, I was able to resist the pull of buying my first fleece. The tents are starting to slow down. I am starting to slow down. So
You
I'm gonna
have just under 45 minutes to go to the fleece sale before it closes. Make sure you head there now.
go get your fleece. Go get your fleece.
Start to running if you do not want to be passed.
So here is a brief rundown of the things I took home with me. I got this super cute yarn bowl from Holland Hoof Farm, as well as 2 sets of beautiful buttons. From Jill Duarte at Hip Strings, I got a Chinook supported spindle, a spinning bowl, and matching stitch markers. I also picked up this year's sheep and wool tote bag and some amazing body cream from my daughter's recipe. And the only woolly goodness I brought home with me was this gorgeous 10 skeins of Green Mountain Spinnery's mountain mohair. And when I got home, there was a beautiful rainbow in the sky. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.